Hello all, Seriously is here, back for some more No Man's Sky 2026, and we're gonna finish the Breach Expedition today. We've got our basic Corvette that we built during the expedition. I've cleared my inventory, because we're just gonna demonstrate one time what I've been doing between episodes. I finished scrapping all of the ships, and we're gonna do something maybe at the end when we finish out the expedition, but first, I'll show you what I've been doing. I've been filling up this, and we're going to put a lot of these onto our basic Corvette before we leave today. But first, it's down to the planet. We are in the very first system you warp to if you haven't installed any hyperdrive modules to your ship during the expedition. So, a Toig by 4, and we're going to planet Duce. It's got aggressive sentinels, but we're going to take care of that. We've got these from farming Sentinel Corvette parts, and we can use it to shut down the Sentinels. Or, if you're not opposed to it, we can hop off over to the bases there. To see if somebody's put a pillar on. I think it's called a verdant planet. Let's just double check. Verdant planet. So we're looking for Sentinel Pillar on a probably green grass planet. Okay, let's click on other bases. That looks like the planet. It says verdant, yeah, but it's not a Sentinel Pillar. Also doesn't say Sentinel Pillar. I don't see one in it. There we go, right there. Scrap and robot off of, yeah, let's go to this one. So we didn't need to use a map. We just went to teleporter and access player bases. Thank you, person who put this base there. It might have a good multi-tool as well, so we can grab that. It should be free. All right, number 2 first. Let's take a peek at the weapons technology. No, it's just a C class. I'm going to decline it, and we get kicked out of the menu, but we're not out of the menu. We have to go to log off. There we are. Always hit these purple ones with your laser. Don't pick them up like this, because you'll get useless tech that I don't think you can even refine. Speaking of that, here's some extra nanites for us. Couldn't hurt. Ooh, and salvage glass too is useful. We're going to bring those back with us. We can get Sentinel modules from them. It'll be helpful for us. Now, the reason we want to shut off Sentinels, even though we're in a Corvette that we're not going to be leaving, is because they can see you. They can see from the ground. If there's a teleporter here at this base, it's buried under the ground, so we don't need to remember the space. We've shut off the Sentinels. We're all good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's go for a flight. Okay, actually, we don't want to go for a flight. We want to get out of our seat. We want to use our visor. That's pretty far away. Anything closer than that? Directly behind us, almost the same distance as one. No. Here we go. That's very close. Relatively. And instead of walking to each of these, just zoom over with your ship. Blast it with your basic photon cannon. That was a very good grab. So was that to a wing module with a fan? I don't know if that was a small one. They're going to start going into your starship first. No, it was the big one. This one might work. I don't know if this one works, but that is great. Getting habs is not common through this method, so the more you can get, the better. And then you just hop out of your seat. Do a scan for the next one. If there is something on your wall here and here that you can talk to with the activate button, make sure you've got an angle. You can go all the way to the back here. or all the way to the very front of your cockpit too, in front of your seat. That works as well. That one might be closer, and we're facing it. Let's go to that one. I wasn't paying attention to the one behind. I think it was 1200, 1100, I don't know. If you find one that's buried under the ground in a cave that you can't blast with your photon cannon, just get out of your seat, move on to the next one. There's plenty that you can. Pretty much every single one that I have found, I found one cave one, and there was a cave entrance right at the place where the cave was, and I was able to shoot my photon cannon into the cave and get it anyway. But I've done this twice, and what I mean by this is doing what we're doing right now up until this inventory and this inventory were full, and then I go drop it off in the space station using, we didn't bring modules, but on my other save I did bring the uplinks so I could teleport to the station. It was very fast on that save. I did it twice in this save the long way, and it's a grind, but I do enjoy it. I love flying around and getting these free parts. That's about max range. I think 1500 is the furthest you can see these things at. So we'll grab a few more. I'm probably not going to be able to fit all of the parts that I've found onto the Corvette we leave with. So we're going to have to be picky and choosy on which ones we use. So there's not much point in me grabbing too many more here. Oh, oh. Ah, itch. Okay. Where? I saw another one. Oh, yeah, over there. Seat's in the way. Move over to the side so the seat's not targeted. Sometimes, if they're in a cave, if you go far enough away, leave it marked, and come in at a tall angle before the terrain lands, you can get your photon blasts to land underneath the ground, and you can hit stuff in caves as well. It's not worth it. Just move on to the next one. Just move along. Okay, we're gonna grab, I think, one more, unless there's a couple beside each other. Does not look like there is. So we'll grab that one, and we'll go to the space station, and we'll add as many of these parts as we can to our Corvette before we leave. But we have one more thing to do before we do that as well. Don't worry, it's all on space stations. Ooh, that's a good wing module. I'm glad we got that. And 2 heavy scaffolds. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I was gonna get on my CT. I just ran my other save through. It was habit to get out of my seat and activate. Fortunately, we get an extra set of parts here. And a couple of rare items. They're worth money too, but as you can see, I made a boatload of money from selling those ships. I did not watch my first video. I recorded like all of them basically today, some of them yesterday. And the first video, no, 2 days ago for some of them actually. Anyway, doesn't matter. We had, I don't know how much money on the main save. You know what? We can find out when we exit the expedition. But first, to the space station. I don't think we're targeted on one of those bases. There we go. So we have a nice teeny tiny sleek Corvette here. It's not gonna look very good on our way out, but it doesn't need to look good on the way out. It needs to be filled to the brim with Corvette parts on the way out. Ooh, we don't have enough fuel to fly any further. This is our last run no matter what we did. We'd have to shoot asteroids in a second. Oh, come on. We couldn't drift into that? There we go. Alright, so we do have a little bit of a run here. Now, we are in the second star system. It is not a rendezvous system, so you might not have come to this specific system, but we're going to look on... teleporter is on the left if you're facing the end. Trade terminal is on the right. Oh, we hit an invisible wall there in the sky. Neat. Annoying, but neat. Alright, so with the fortune we made from scrapping ships, interceptors and such, we're going to go here. 15 at this space station. The Rendezvous 5 space station, I think, has 11 for sale, or 13 or something, and that's great. They are 1.3 million each, and the minimum you can pay outside of an expedition is 5 million for these. You can't buy these anywhere outside of expeditions. Maybe in abandoned space stations. I haven't tested it, but I don't know if you're going to get this good of a deal. This is a really, really, really good deal. We're going to buy all of them. This would only buy us 4. We're getting 15. While we're here, these are dirt cheap too. They're going to get us X-class modules. So are these. We're going to buy as many of those as each of the space stations that we've been to have before we leave. Just one trip, you can wait for them to recharge. If you just wait real life time, those terminals will get their goods back. But we're not going to wait, we're just going to teleport. The other thing we need to keep in mind is, did I? Darn, I did not. We have to head back down to our starship. We'll do it in the next star system. Let's go to Rendezvous 5 and see how many are in that trade terminal. If while teleporting between these stations you fall underneath the floor, use your jetpack to get up to the top here, and while you're near the roof, you're going to be able to switch ships, switch from a Corvette to any other ship. I don't have any, so it would be bad if we did. That would be a reload for us. And you'll be able to fly up and grab the cockpit of your ship and get into your ship. No, it was only 5. Maybe it's Rendezvous 4 that has a good number of them. Now, as I was saying, we only need 28 total, so we got to get over to our ship to see how many we have now. Maybe it was 14 of those this system had. We want arms and tech. We do not want goods. Suspicious packet goods are basically worthless. I don't know what empty is. This is very... You know what? I'm going to buy some of these. They're very, very cheap, and I bet we can bring them back and find out what they do. Alright, let's fly in the jetpack down to the Corvette. We're going to get to work now. We're not flying anywhere. We may as well put all of these parts we harvested either away into the storage where they will disappear forever, or onto our Corvette where we can copy them out. And this is the reason, even though we already have a Corvette outside the expedition, I did not copy it in. If you copy your Corvette in, you can't copy it out. And I want to be able to copy this one out. You can copy the free Corvette you get to make out, and that's what we did. So we could have copied it in and used it, and then used the free Corvette as well, but I didn't want to do that. Alright, so I have filled up these things with lots of stuff. We're going to have to check those before we go, but right now I'm more concerned with these parts. Lots of space here. Okay. I'll just put them there. Now it's a teeny tiny bit faster than me picking from a list from outside the ship. We can send them straight to that inventory. Okay. Some of the stuff we got while farming, we forgot to sell. We can do that here too. We're looking for purple items. They're in the Starship. There we go. Okay, and then we go to this. We can just click these over. Okie doke. There we are. Should we keep going? Should we build the ship now? You know what? Let's just build the ship now. We're over here. We're going to have to fly down to the ship, and we're going to have to be able to fly out. So what I'm going to do is remove a couple of parts to give us some extra snap points to snap. Extra snap points too. I can build 2 of these, so one there, one there. This has snap points on the top, bottom, and side as well. So what I think I'm going to do... snap that there, and this beside it. So it's sort of floating in the air, right above our cockpit. Okay. We can put as many landing bays as we want on these things. It's pointless to do so, but we can. But only one cockpit. That might block entrance to stuff, so we'll have to live with it. Hydraulic legs, we can put these on and then take them off later. In fact, what I'm going to do with these is... we do not have to be symmetrical. We're deleting all of this stuff later. You can see that one is red, but I'm going to use it to snap a floor to over here. In fact, maybe I'll do that over here too. By floor, I meant walkway, of course. We can do something like put one of these here, and then we can put that there, for example. Again, none of this has to be symmetrical. We can just cram these in wherever they fit, if we so choose. It's a little bit easier to remember what you had before. We're going to delete the whole thing when we get back, and we'll build it next time. But this time I just want to get the stuff out of here. Only have 1 extra photon cannon on this thing? Okay, that's fine. I can build 6 phase beams. I don't think we need that many. Let's find the parts that I really, really want to keep. I can build one of these, and then we would have to make it with the recipe. So let's put it on right there, right on top. Energy shields, I only have 1. May as well grab that. 4 ion barriers. Oh, we can't get it in there? That's fine. Deflector shield, we've got 7 of these. Wow, did a lot of farming of those, I guess. We'll put them... Can they go on the backs? They cannot. They can go underneath. No. I don't need all of these. 3 is more than enough. In for knife, we have 2 of those. I'll grab 2. I would like these Ceto reactors. They're very nice. These, we want all of these because I want to build more than 1 Corvette on most saves. So 3 per Corvette, basically, is the rule. There we go. I don't need these at all, but we already have a bunch on there. Torpedo launchers I don't care for. Thrusters I want lots. We don't have any snap points, so what we're going to do is move that up to there. Similarly, I'm going to move that to there, that to there. Alright, now we're going to need some side mounteds. Sure. We need access to the landing bay, so we can't snap it just wherever it fits. We got to make sure that our landing bay maintains access here. Doesn't have to be symmetrical. Come on, brain, turn off. I got 3 of these. I think I'm only going to grab 2 if I can get them to snap here. Ambassador's thrusters, similarly, only going to grab 2. Thunderbirds, I have 2. I'll take both of those if I can get them into here to fit somewhere. And Titans, ditto. Ambassador, these we cannot take. We can only have 1 cockpit, so we're going to have to grab those manually and put them in our inventory. Alright, these I have 2. I would love to take 1 at least. Why are you snapping? Where are you not? There we go. I just can't tell where it's snapping there. I don't want to block the landing bay. Well, we can take a look. Yeah, we've got something blocking that anyway. There we go. That needs to be open. So, that was this here. We're going to try snapping that on the side somewhere. It doesn't get in the way. We can move some of these parts to give us back snapping points if we need, or extra side snapping points. That shouldn't be in the way. These things I almost never find, so I'm going to grab one. That actually might get in the way of the cockpit. I think we're going to have to risk it though, because it only snaps in other places that might be also in the way. Just visually in the way, okie doke, we can handle that. We're not flying in first person. Oh, there's so many parts and I want them all. Let's find, these are very important. I'm going to grab all of the ones that fit. They snap in lots of different ways, so sure. Oh, they look really good in those engines actually. That's an interesting merge. You see, you learn lots of stuff doing this. Okie doke. These look cool. How many do I got? 4. Grab 2. Got 2 of these. We're over 80 parts now, so yeah, we're getting near the end. Let's go into this decorative page here. How many radar domes do I got? 7? I don't think I need 7. I'm gonna grab 6. That makes a sphere. We've got 2 more parts we can add. What do we want to add? You know what? I don't want 7 of these. 3 is enough. 2 is enough. I don't know if we have 2 or 3. It's enough. Let's grab some fuel rods. They look cool. Only have the one. Radiator vent, we got 3. I'll take 2 of those. Air purifier, got 4. We don't need a lot. 2 more parts. 2 more parts. These ones can be built, so we don't need to take those. Anything here I find difficult to find by gathering parts. Anything I want to use lots of, let's put one of them on. One of these. We're at 100 parts. That's all we can do. Alright, that's our Corvette. Apply those edits. What a mess. What a beautiful, terrible mess. Okay. Back we go. Do we even want to spend a few more minutes doing this? Oh, yeah. Actually, while we're here, we do need to be here to check how many more minutes we need to spend doing this, because in our inventory, we have 20 of those. So do we have 8 on here? I doubt it. I doubt it. I haven't done it on the save yet. The Starship has none. The inventory, we only have 1 inventory container. 3. So we have 23. We need 5 more, so we're going to 1 more space station at least, because I haven't seen a space station that has less than 5 of these things. And I could really min-max this. There's so many good deals here. We made 400 million units. We're scrapping ships. We've got all the money in the world to make really good deals with here. Oh, I think I overestimated my jetpack. Ooh, just. Alright, let's try Rendezvous 4. I only need 5 anyway, but I was somewhere near the end on my other save when I found the space station with 11 and realized, you know what, we got to do this before we leave. It's not just more Corvette parts on the ground. Oh, see, here we go. So, tab out. Reload your autosave. If you don't have a regular ship, that's what you do. It might put us here, it might put us in the previous system. Whoops, let's check. Yeah, we're in this system, so it made an autosave when we got here. It's fine, it's good. If you fall through, as soon as you can, tab out of that thing. Oh, yeah, we're going to the trade terminal. My bad, my bad. We're almost done, everybody, don't worry. We've got some extra time. We're gonna go overtime, I mean, and pack ourselves out. Oh, it was just tiny. I thought it would be more lit. 9? No, I don't think this is the system I was thinking of either. Oh, no arms here? Oh, well, I mean, if we're gonna go extra time. This is another fantastic source of nanites, is suspicious packets. So if you can get them here and not have to go to pirate systems to get them, sounds good to me. They stack up to 50. They don't go in your tech slots when you're packing out. We'll show that in just a minute. Oh, geez, really? Game. It's been a bit glitchy, I have to admit. This abandoned expedition or abandoned system is a little teeny bit glitchy for me, especially with the space station floors. Are we in the right spot? Yeah, that's Rendezvous 3. Good old rocket boots. Yeah, that's more lit. Maybe this is the one I was thinking of. No. Oh, I bought all the ones in the last system, didn't I? All 9. We didn't need 9. That's fine. Tech, arms, 9. There we go. We got some more stuff. We min-maxed a little teeny more. Alright, now we gotta get to our monstrosity of a starship. And wow. Look how wide that thing is. It's preposterous. We're gonna get to the anomaly. It's pretty funny. It's almost symmetrical. I put a teeny tiny little bit of work into getting it a bit symmetrical. We've got this wing blasting in our face as we fly it. It's fine. We'll be fine. We've got so many thrusters, they don't all light. Let's call in our anomaly. Oh, before we go, let's go to the Expedition tab and make sure we've got it all here. These are just customizations, and we don't get anything in our inventory for that, but for completing the final expedition we do, so we're going to need a couple slots, that's fine. So we're all done the expedition. Expedition complete. Expedition 20 Redux Breach. Let's go in for a landing. Now on my other save, these top orange storage tanks we see here, 4 of them over there, a bunch of them merged in over on this side. I didn't get any of those. I farmed for longer than I did on this save. I did way more than 2 trips on the other save for Corvette parts. However, this save I spent more time scrapping ships. Oh, that's neat. We just had a landing bay above us too. Forgot about that. Alright, we made a save right there. Now we can get everything out of the expedition. We don't have to really worry about getting just some of this stuff, but I do. So I like to take the important stuff first. You have to wait for the game to have said expedition is over, except that thing we just saw when we landed here. Before these slots will be available to you. You can go back to your main save, but you need to have ended the expedition to transfer stuff. But after the expedition is ended, so Aeron parts we're going to ignore completely. Got 32, way more than we need. Radar dome we do want to, no, we've got a bunch on the Corvette, never mind. Those empty charts, we could have bought more of those if we found them. You know what? I do sort of want this stuff. So we could bring these Aeron parts. It would not cost us a lot of that. You know, oh, I forgot. We gotta go back to the ship. We can leave these here, that's fine. If we had anything, put that in, but that's the whole problem. You can't grab stuff from your cargo to put in there. You got to take it out of your cargo before you go to the expedition terminal. I forgot. Nobody's nerfed. Alright. Let's see. All worth a lot of nanners. Do you want these? They're unique items. These are worth some nanites if we hand them in outside the expedition. Those are good to take. 560 nanites. We'd have to do a second trip just for them. Alright. Thank you, Sue Lady. We can grab stuff from the ship though, so if we move stuff over to the ship, we can grab more stuff out of storage. And something is telling me that because I added these, I deleted other storages. So can I I don't have the metal plating. I took it out. Frustrating. Add a storage 1. I probably only would have built 2 storage units, so let's check storage 1. Yeah, there's stuff in here as well. I'm glad I did that. I didn't build more than 2 storage units. This is all we need to do. Also, tons of stuff worth saving in here. I don't need, excuse me, I don't need a lot of the basic resources, but this is a new save, so I do want some of them. You know what, silver and gold couldn't hurt. Don't need ammo, it's eating up a slot. Four slots available over there. I don't need the pugnium at all.
No free
All
slots
right.
in ship inventory.
So that could be good stuff. Those are okay. I already have a stack of that somewhere. It'll all merge together in a minute. We can get those on our own. It's good for fuel. The rest of the stuff I'm not too worried about. Alright, in here. Prepackaged, that's worth 400 nanites. I'll take it. The rest of this stuff I am not too concerned about. 1 extra suspicious packet arms. I will take that too. Sure, why not? 250,000. We could sell more stuff. We could be even more efficient, but let's finish this thing up. In fact, I'm already going to have to, we're already so far over time. Yeah. We're going to do a 45-minute-er. So, executive decision now that we're 7 minutes over time. We're going to go 8 more minutes. Okay, so it doesn't matter what we put. We're doing 2 trips here. Oh, we already had that. Anything I really want to grab. This is going to stack in our inventory. We'll grab stuff like that first, I guess. And here, yeah, we can grab it all. If it's pre-packaged, it's fine. Check the value there, 480 nanites. If it says 16, that means you've equipped it already. It's not worth bringing. We should be focusing on S-classes that are stacked at more than 1. They're going to have a higher value. If you're only doing 1 trip, that's what you should bring. As you can see, this here, 600, 1200 for 4. Those are both worth more than a single S-class. So we'll bring them. And do not click on this. That's not what we're doing here. Go to your inventory, go to your options, go to return to primary save, click confirm. Takes a minute. We start by your regular ship or Corvette that you had before. Hopefully you have a storage inventory. We don't have a storage inventory. And we don't have the materials for it, so let's... What was the other? I already forgot. Just a microprocessor. Oh, we have no chromatic metal. Really? Oh, we don't have a refiner. Yes, we do. See, it's a brand new save. We're bringing home quartzite for this problem too. We also have chromatic metal being brought home, but we have quartzite to bring as well, I think. maybe. I can't remember. Was it 30 or 40? $40. Well, why not? Oh, we didn't build a microprocessor again. I did that wrong. There we go. Okay. We got room. Good. Corvette parts in there from the last expedition, the one we started the save on. Doesn't matter. Just empty our inventory basically. Clear the rest later. We just need room. Get out of the stairs. Alright, so here is everything we just packed out of the expedition. Out of the expedition. So let's just take this to our inventory. Starship. I can put all of these in the Starship for now. I'll sort them out later. I'm not going to sell them. I do want to see how many nanites we get for ending the expedition. So we are headed back in. Okay, that should be all we need. Now to get back in, you do need to come to this terminal. We want to make sure it said... That didn't say anything. I'm sure it's saved. We'll check the expedition terminal when we get back in here. Unfortunately, we're over by our ship, and you're so far away. That's why rocket boots help. My other save didn't install them. I wanted to squeeze out that extra 480 nanites, and it cost me so much time. Rocket boots are so good. Oh yeah, every time you come back into the expedition, it's going to tell you you're done. Alright, come back here. It's empty. We can add more stuff. All of the good stuff and all of the good things. Things that should stack to more than 10, you can do that with. You have to do them separately though. For example, inverted mirrors, we should be able to do that with. Yeah. Okay. This could be streamlined. I don't know how. Maybe if there was a quick click button, but I don't know what it is. It's not the X button. Alright, we have to be a little bit picky and choosy here because we don't get all of the parts we want out, apparently. Because I'm not doing 3 trips. We could easily do 3 trips. Did I not already put condensed carbon in here? I must have taken it out already in the previous trip. Ferrite dust too. Alright, we're going to lose some fireworks. No big deal. I think I'd rather take the sodium. Okay. Oh, I forgot to check what our total was at. Did I open my inventory when we were at? Did we see what my total nanites and stuff was before? Well, it's going to be at over 400 million now. So, travel on foot, travel swimming, travel by starship. Those all get units, very small amounts. Star systems gets units. Discoveries, the things you've scanned, very few nanites. 14 planets landed on, 112. 14 starships, 12,000 nanites. So we earned a lot of nanites for that. 7,000 for relics. I don't know what relics are. What relics are. 10,000 for the actual nanites we harvested. and we get awarded all that. So we made 34,000 nanites and 400 million units. Very impressive, and it'll just be in our inventory now. Alright, I know I said 45 minutes, but we got one more thing to do. We have this ship here, and it's our current ship, but we want to grab that monstrosity we made out of here. We need to copy all this stuff out too. I'll do that separately between episodes, don't worry about it. Create Starship, it's going to cost us some of the nanites we just made, don't worry. The money we made will make us back those nanites. So there, we have a monstrosity of parts. I'm going to take this over to the space station and dismantle it, take all the parts off of it. I'm going to trade what's left over to a trader, and then I'm going to scrap that ship and go get this again. And we're going to get all of those parts multiple times into our storage. So we need to farm parts less. But that's been it for the ending of the breach. Until next time, everybody, have a good time.